Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my first update in my 19 in 2019 project pan. This video is going up a little late. I wanted to film this at the end of March, but I didn't get around to it, so here we are. I have 19 products that I am trying to pan this year, and I have some that I finished and some that I know will be in here for the duration of the project. So let's just get right into it. I'm just gonna go, if you want to watch my intro video, I will link that down below. I'm not editing, so I can't show like progress photos. I will try to post something on Instagram, so hopefully you could maybe like photos side by side or something so that you can kind of see any progress. Some of them you can't see progress on, so you'll just have to go by my description, I guess. But I'm going to kind of go in the same order that I did in that first video, and just kind of the way that I would apply it for the most part. So let's start with primer. I put in the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray, and this was just like a travel size. It had 1 fluid ounce in it. I didn't like this as a primer. I basically used it as a toner in my skincare routine, and I used it up pretty quickly. I love the sprayer on this. It just has a really nice mister on it, so even though that this is gone, I'm going to keep it, and I will probably end up putting something else in here. I'm not sure what yet, but like if I'm traveling or something, I could see putting something in here because I really like that. So that is out of my collection. The next item are my foundations. I have two foundations and a BB cream in here. So the first one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in the shade Shell Ivory. It is not the best. It says it's fair neutral. It's not the best. It's a little too light, I think, for me. And, oh, I did not clean this. You guys, this cap gets so gross. I'll show you that. So yeah, if that bothers you, you may not like this foundation, because look at that cap. Oh, it is so bad. Anyways, okay, so I feel like it's hard for me to see. I feel like I'm getting down there. Like before I could just put it in and pull it out and I'd have product on it. Now I feel like I kind of have to swirl it around to get a little bit more. I think I'm kind of like right down in there. So I do have another shade of this, so I might try mixing it. I mean, I've been using it on its own and then using bronzer with it to, you know, darken it up a little, but so I'm working on this, but hopefully I'll finish it soon. The next foundation is my Bliss Stick Foundation. It is the, I don't know what the name of it. This is in the shade Shell, and at the beginning of the project, I was using this quite a bit, and then I rolled it up and I felt like I hadn't made as much progress as I thought I had, and then I kind of stopped using it. I was getting kind of frustrated with it, so not my favorite, but it's okay. I don't think they make this anymore. They kind of redid their brand, and I don't believe they make their color or like cosmetics line anymore. But then I just saw one as like a FabFitFun add-on, so I was like, maybe they still have it. I don't know. If you know, let me know down below. But I like the their liquid foundation, their Staycation foundation. I just found that this really wears really long. I'm storing it upside down because I have just a little bit left. I do have one more of those, but I really like that one and not so much this one. Right. Then the next item is my setting powder. I'm using the Sexy Mama Anti-Shine Translucent Powder from The Balm. This has 7 grams in it. I've had this forever. It had some hard pan down here. You can kind of see the markings where I kind of scraped it off. Might still be a little bit there, but I'm focusing my brush mainly up in here. And I don't know, I feel a little bit of dip. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. But yeah, you can't see that. But I feel like I'm using it. I use it to set my concealer. I been wearing a little bit more concealer than I have in the past, so I'm setting that with this. That seems to work okay. And then I'll set like my T-zone because I have oily skin. So yeah, I don't use this every day, but I would like to. So blush, I am using the Balm Beach from this Girls Getaway trio from the Balm. So it is this center shade here, and you're not going to be able to see much progress. I feel like I've used this 80% of the time, even maybe 90% of the time I've been using this, and I can't see any progress. I think one day I'm just gonna boom hit pan and not expect it, because this is gonna take me forever. I wanted to use it up, and now I'm gonna be happy if I just hit pan on it, because it seems to be never ending. And there's only like, it's 3.3 grams, and I believe the full size of this is like 5 grams, so it's not, I mean, it is smaller, but not quite as small as I thought it was. So anyways, still working on that. I do really like it though, so I don't mind using it every day. This is one of those shades that goes with any look, so I do use that regularly. Bronzer. So for bronzer, I have 2 products in. They're both sample, not even deluxe size. They're just sample size. I don't wear a ton of bronzer, so I'm counting these as one. My goal is to finish this first one up in 6 months, and then this one up in the next 6 months. Recently, I did hit pan on this one, so this is what it looks like. I didn't have pan on it when I started. I've been using this as a bronzer. Also, I've used it a couple times as like a transition shade, and I do like it. I have another, not a full size, but like it's in a palette, one of the palettes, so I do have another one, so once this is used up, if I decide I still want to use it, I have another one in my collection, basically is what I'm saying. And then this one is the Elizabeth Mott What Up Beaches Matte Bronzer. It's more of a cool tone. Again, I've used this, I think, as an eyeshadow once or twice. Haven't really been focusing on this one because I've been focusing on this one, but once this one's gone, and then I can start using this. My goal is to have this done by the end of June. So I got a couple months left. And now that I've hit pan, I think it'll go a little bit quicker. Oh, I skipped the other blush that I'm doing. Let's go back. So this is the Evo Cream Blush, and it's in the shade Ash. I don't know if I've used this once, to be honest. Just a little sample. It still seems to be okay. I mean, it's kind of sheer. I thought it would dry out after a while. Oh, there it goes. It's kind of what it looks like. It's a pretty shade. Maybe a little dark. I don't know. I feel like it's this pot that's hindering me from using it. So if you have any suggestions on how I can use this up, let me know in the comments down below. Then I have 2 highlighters. I have a regular highlighter and then a stick, like cream highlighter. The first one is from Nomad. It's just a sample. It's the Illuminated Highlighting Powder in Midnight Sun. It's only 1.5 grams. This is what it looks like. I've used this. I can't even say if I've used it 10 times because I just haven't been wearing highlighter. My problem with highlighter is a weird problem because I feel like my blush goes like all the way up here, and then when I apply highlighter, it's like really close to my eye because I don't want it on top of my blush. So I don't know. Okay, so here's my question. When you apply highlighter, does it go on top of your blush or is it just above your blush? I just feel like my blush is here and then I don't have a spot for highlighter. So I don't know. I think it's more user error, and I don't like how it applies, or when I apply it, so maybe that's why I'm not using it. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. And then the stick one is this mini highlight stick from Trey. I watched the video on the website and she said it, and I'm Trey Steak. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And it's a Maldives Luminescent is the shade. This again is just a deluxe size. That's how much I have left. Again, I haven't been wearing a lot of highlighters, so I gotta start doing that. Concealer, I have the Pacifica Trio. This one you can definitely see a bigger progress. I've been definitely dipping into this. My problem with this is when I use this, it's a peach shade, then I have to cover it with something, and it's end up looking really cakey. So how do you use this? This is basically, I don't like the way it looks, how I'm using it, so I think I have to start experimenting with a different way. I was using it quite a bit for a while, and then I stopped because I didn't like it, and I kind of been putting it off, but I've been definitely focusing on that. Got a good dip in it compared to where I was before. And then I have this Boo Boo Cover Up concealer. I've just been recently starting to wear concealer lately. Of course, it hasn't been this one, which is, and I think maybe it's not the right shade. Oh, well, it's right there. It looks too dark in the tube, but it's really not that bad. This one I feel like I can squeeze it and nothing comes up, so I feel like there's not a ton left in there, so I still think I can finish it up. I just have to make sure I'm reaching for this one and not a couple other ones in my collection, which is what I've tend to do lately. Then for my eye primer, I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I love this stuff. I feel like if I wear eyeshadow, I have to have this on, otherwise it's gone by the end of the day. So I definitely feel like now I'm seeing more progress. I felt like for a while I was just using it and there was like little to no progress. So I feel like I'm probably like right there. So yeah, I really like this. I would repurchase this. I have a couple other in my collection that I want to use after this, but I could definitely see myself repurchasing this once it's gone. So I am using this exclusively every time I wear eyeshadow. And so almost 4 months, and I've been using it a lot before this project started, so I've definitely got a ton of use out of this product. Let's see, mascara, I didn't put a mascara, but I did put in this Lash Food Lash Primer, and this is one I early on decided I'm just decluttering. I'm keeping it just so I can show you in the video. It's just a white primer. It was just a sample size. Two things with this. Either one, it's dried out, or two, I don't like it, or both, which is what I think happened. I just don't think in the morning, I don't want to take the time to put on a lash primer. I usually get ready very quickly. I don't have time to mess around with this, and I didn't see a big difference. So this is actually being decluttered. Then I have two eyeliners. I have the Tarte Sex Kitten Mini. I have very little bit of this left. I think it's kind of dried out, but there's so little left. Just the tiniest bit. I just kind of want to push through and use it, but I don't know, if it's dry, it just doesn't seem to be, when I use it, not a lot of product comes off. So it is hard to wear the rest of this down. I'm going to leave it in for now, but if I'm not making much progress on it, I may end up decluttering it. And then the Eyeko Skinny Liquid Liner is this one, and I've used this a few times. It's not my favorite. I prefer a pencil liner. I don't do wing or anything, so I don't tend to wear this liquid eyeliner quite often, or I don't wear it often. I also don't know how to tell when this is dried out. Like, how do you know when it's dried out? I mean, you would think you would be able to tell, but I mean, I had to go over that a few times, but it still builds up and is black, so I don't know. I'll leave this in for now. The next item is in the lip gloss. So this is probably the item I am most excited about because I'm seeing the most progress on it. And this is the Color Luster lip gloss from Laura Geller in Honey Caramel. When I started, I was right there at the beginning of the word gloss, and you can obviously how far I've gotten. I keep this in my purse and I apply it at work, and I really enjoy it. I love that I can actually see my progress, because this is really keeping me going as far as project panning goes. I get really excited. I don't think they make this anymore, and I'm kind of sad because I really like it. I really like the shade. It's very light. You can't, you know, there's not like a ton of color. I did pick up 2 of these at Ulta. It's no longer available online, but I think basically they're getting rid of Laura Geller from Ulta. So at my store, everything was 50% off. So I picked up 2 of the other color luster lip glosses. I think I got the Gilded Honey and then like a deeper berry tone one. So I did pick those up. But yeah, I'm kind of sad. So I'm like, now I don't want to pan it, but I'm still gonna stick to it, and I'm still a little bit over halfway, but I think if I just keep using this consistently, I'll be able to use this up by the end of the year. Lipstick, I have a Trishik. It is, I think this is a mini matte something. It's all worn off. It's in the shade Florence Fig. I really like this. I have that much left. I have a couple other lipstick. I have 2 other lipsticks in a different project pan, so I've been kind of focusing on those because those end sooner, and then I will probably start wearing this again. And I do like to pair these sometimes, so I can get a lot of use out of both of those. Let's see, a BB cream. I have the Hydroxitone Anti-Aging BB Cream. This is in the shade medium. I am going to wear this during the summer. I haven't worn it at all yet. It does have SPF in it. I think it's expired or near expiration, or I don't know, who knows. But I'm going to see how much use I get out of this during the summer, and then after that, if it's not used up by the end of the summer, I will probably be decluttering it, because then it would definitely be expired because of the SPF that's in it. And then the last item is the Hard Candy Matte Sheer Envy Mattifying Setting Spray. And I did end up finishing this one, so that's another one out of my collection. I did replace it, and I don't have it here, but I did put in another one of these. I had the brightening one from Hard Candy as well, so I kind of rolled that in place of this. I'm not gonna, this isn't a rolling project, but I just thought since I finished this so early, I did throw that one in. So I do want to use that one up as well before the end of the year. So that is all my items. I have, so out of the 19, let's see, I have finished 2 and I have decluttered 1. So yeah, some items I'm more excited than others on the progress, but you know, like I said, it'll keep, I believe that as the year goes on, obviously I'm going to see more and more use than I'm seeing at the beginning, because some of these, like this Nomad highlighter, I hadn't used a ton, so this is almost a brand new product when I put it in the project. So make sure you check out, I will link, I have 2 other projects going, so I will link those, 3 other projects going. So I will link those down below if you'd like to check them out. Check me out on Instagram. Check out all my project panning photos there as well. And thanks for joining me, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye.